Hey everyone, it's Chris from Smithy Finance, and this is your midday market report for March 18th. So I've been away a little while and haven't made a video, but we're finally getting the chop that I've been hoping for and really needing to trade the market properly. We had a good day last Friday, followed up with a pretty good day yesterday, and today we're negative. So as I've been saying, all along, that we need to buy those weekdays, but be ready to sell some on the strong days because, chop is chop, and that's kind of the rule of life in the markets is that you're going to get ups and downs, and as traders, we want to take full advantage. So, for example, on that Reddit trade, Reddit traded down to 106, and then it went all the way to 142 yesterday, and currently it's at 110. So, those are insane moves. I had open orders and I did sell some on the way up, and now I bought it back and I bought back a little extra. My last buy was at 110. I have a bigger buy at 105. I'm skeptical that we're going to get back to 105. That was a low that we hit last week on the worst day, and kind of doubt we're going to go through it, but of course we might. And I have enough ammunition. If it goes below that 105, I'll be buying it at 98 or 95 or whatever. So let's have a look at the markets today. We're down 260 on the Nasdaq, 255 on the Dow. Toronto's down 140 currently. Had awesome moves on gold, silver, and copper. We saw copper over $5, which I think it's only been over $5 once, maybe twice ever. So at $5, that's on the futures, and it's at 5.00, or it might be 4.99 right now, something like that. Gold up $33 to 3,039 on the April contract, 3,039 US. Silver at 34.71, that's up 40 cents today. Those are highs. Gold, it's the all-time high. Silver, it's a recent high. I've been saying we need to see 35 to see these silver stocks get going, and sure enough, we're having a pretty good move. Let's just talk crypto first. So Bitcoin's still sucking. We're at 81 and a half or something right now. We did have a rally to 85 either yesterday or Friday, but it's weak again today. Strategy, I guess my biggest position, MSTR, formerly known as MicroStrategy, is 281 right now. We saw that down to 240 or so before it hopped up almost to 300 in a day or 2 days. So volatile. Got to trade it, both sides. Now let's get into the gold and silver. So the gold and silver stocks are doing well, still lagging in many cases. The best ones, or at least the most favored ones, are hitting new highs. G Mining, Agnico Eagle, it's quite a few of them that are hitting the new highs, but lots of them still aren't. So as you know, I've talked about AYA here before, AYA, and it got all the way down. They had some disappointing news a couple of months ago, and it's been struggling ever since. It got down at, like to 10 and a half or 10.20 just the other day, like a week ago, and now it's at 13.40. So there's your 30% move off the bottom tick. Now, I'm not saying we're going to buy the bottom tick, but we might be, but we're averaging down. I'm always close to the bottom tick, and I'm always close to the top tick, but it's because I'm doing lots of buys and lots of sells. My average price is always quite a bit higher than the lowest price, and on my sell side, it's quite a bit lower than the highest price that I receive. But in any event, AYA did hit 1366 today. It was up over 10%, currently up 8%. And I have sold some. I love the stock. I think it's going to go much higher. I sold small. I own large. But the discipline, when it goes higher, you've got to give them some, even if it's below your average price, which it is for me. My average price is about $13.52. I had a look, and I sold a little bit at 1260 this morning, whatever that opening price was, 1266. I sold a little at 13, and then I sold a little bit more at 13 and a half. Typically, as the price goes up, I'm selling an extra amount of shares, i.e. 200, 300, 400, that sort of idea. So that's doing well. It is a buy here, even though I've sold some, it is a buy, but I'm reloading in case it comes back. And you know what? It really might. That's just the nature of these markets right now are tough. Ivanhoe, IVN 1460, that was down below 13 the other day. Not a huge percentage move, but 13%, 14%, something like that. I've sold a little bit of that, but that's a huge position for me. So this is how we've got to trade. You've got to be brave enough to buy that weakness, and smart enough to sell a little bit into the strength, and then you put your bids back in underneath. So open orders all the time. It takes away a lot of the emotion that we feel in trading the markets. Yeah, so it's still tough. We're still getting a weaker US dollar. We're getting tariff talk. Maybe it's not quite as loud, but it's still out there. And the administration is saying, well, if the market's weak for a while, so be it. So we're not getting the put, as they call it, the Trump put or a Biden put that we had before. When things get too weak, they come in and shore things up. We're not getting that put, so we're a little bit on our own. And if you're not trading this volatility, you're leaving money on the table. And as I always say, this is a psychology game, and you've got to have wins to keep you confident and in the game. So take a little off and then be ready to buy it back and be happy when it sells off instead of doing that dreaded round trip. I guess that's about all I've got. Let's just talk crypto for a second. Again, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. I don't play any of the other coins. There's smart people on here talk about Solana and other coins. That's not my game, so I don't know. I have no opinion, but I want to stay with the biggest one, the safest one, and the one that I think will have tremendous upside. So get some if you don't have any. And that's about all I've got for now. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.